What is up, my kings and queens? It's your man Cash's King. Today, we're going to be showing you the fastest and the easiest two-player duplication method that we can use, where both players can duplicate their own vehicles while using this method and helping each other out. Alright, now as you can see here inside of my arena, I do have a bunch of Deluxos that are stored. You can have Illegis or whatever car that you intend to lose. A bunch of free cars maybe, just with clean license plates. Now obviously these came from Frozen Money, and I'll be making some high value duplications with my friend. Now my friend is here at his facility, and I'm just going to have him to send me an invite so that I can travel quickly from the arena where I pulled out that slam van. Alright, now this slam van being the vehicle on the map with my character, as I accept the invite, it should follow me into my friend's facility location. We do both have the same facility. We're at the default location in Sandy Shores. And as you can see on the screen, I do have a player 1 in red and a player 2 in green, so that we can follow each character as we help each other to duplicate. Alright, now once I walk outside, I just have that slam van that followed me, and it's still stored inside of my arena, but I'm going to be helping my friend to do his first duplication, since we were already inside of his facility. Alright, and so he'll just pull out one of the cars that he intends to lose, and he's going to be making high value dupes off of his Deluxos as well. We'll pull up and block the driver's side door off with my vehicle, so that when he hits triangle to exit, he should get out of the passenger side. Now, it's important to make sure that your vehicle access is open so that your friends can get in the vehicle. And you'll want them to be able to get into the passenger side and skew over. If there is some kind of restriction on the vehicle access, you know you can teleport out, and that is going to be an issue. So just make sure that it's locked on. They don't want passengers or anything like that set. Okay, as you can see, I just checked that my vehicle access was on everyone. And while he's waiting in that car, player 2 can go ahead and get into his Issi, hit right D-pad, and quickly make a change to the vehicle. You must be very fast. The same amount of time that it takes for your player 1 to get kicked out of the car is the same amount of time you have to make a change to the vehicle in order to duplicate it. Alright, but as you can see, I got kicked out of the car and the vehicle did despawn, and I know that my friend has finished his duplication. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this slam van that I had stored from my arena and drive it on into my facility so that I can also duplicate as I'm helping my friend. And we're going to be doing a little bit of back and forth. Alright, so as I'm pulling in to store this vehicle, my friend simply is just going to go ahead and get another car to lose from the inside of his facility that we can dupe over. He does have some Deluxos stored there, and so do I. We also just went ahead and duplicated over the full facility full of vehicles before we start to duplicate out into other garages. Once your friend just pulls that car out that he's going to lose for the next dupe, he's also going to use that as the blocker to help you do your duplication. Alright, now I had to get set up once, so my friend was able to do a dupe first and get a little bit ahead of me, but if you're already prepped, then you guys should go 1Z, 2Z right away. So I'll just pull that slam van into my facility and get another vehicle to lose and drive it out on the map where my friend is now waiting for me. Alright, now once I do drive out, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'll pull my car up to next to his, block off the driver's side door, and I'll make sure that when I hit triangle that I do exit outside of the passenger side. You also make sure that your vehicle access is open to everyone so that your friend can help you the same as you help him. Now we're just going to reverse roles here. As I enter my facility to go make my duplication, my player 2 will just go outside and sit into my Deluxo, making sure that he gets in the passenger side and is blocked off. And he'll just wait there for you to go about your dupe. It should only takes about 60 seconds per time. Alright, now I should tell on the mini map that my tracker is blinking, and that's an indicator that my friend is waiting in the car and that I am good to go about the dupe. So I'll just run up, hit triangle, spam right D-pad to open up the menu, and quickly make a change to the armor. Again, you only have about 1.5 to 2 seconds to make that change. the time that it takes for your friend to fully exit the vehicle and it to despawn, you need to have some modifications made to your vehicle. And now that I've made my dupe, I can see across the facility that the slam van does show up in the background, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull out another Deluxo. My friend already had his Deluxo out, the one that he had used to help me to duplicate, and that's also going to be the vehicle that he's going to lose. So he'll just run on in his facility now that he's been kicked, and he'll wait for his tracker on his mini-map to blink while I exit the vehicle, block off the doors, and get back in the passenger side so that I can block off the car for him to make another duplication. And he should be able to tell off his mini-map what's going on and when I'm ready for him to get in and hit right D-pad, and vice versa. I'll be able to bounce off my mini-map while he's helping me so that I know that I'm ready to duplicate as well. Again, you'll get in the vehicle and hit right D-pad, quickly open up the first option and make a change. You can exit the vehicle and you can see that you should have a duplicate there. Alright, again, I get kicked from the vehicle, you'll see it despawn, and this is how I know that my friend is done with his dupe. And I have the Deluxo out on the map, the one that I intend to lose. So I'll just go ahead and make my way on into my facility, as I know that my friend's going to be exiting here in just a moment with another vehicle that he can dupe over so that he can block the doors for me as I duplicate. Now you get to a point where you have your facility full and you don't have any more donors to drive out and lose. So my friend's just going to use one of his Issis really quick to block the door and help me to go about my duplication. And he's just going to use this before he calls in a vehicle from another location. And with the weaponized vehicles, obviously it's easy enough to back up in them. Some of the side blades will prevent you from getting close enough and you'll still exit out the driver's side door. So it's important just to make sure that you pay attention and that you're parked close enough to block it. And again, I'll go in and make my last duplication in the facility, get in, hit right D-pad, and my friend should be kicked out. I'll make the changes as quick as I can. Alright, so now my friend is done. He's ready to call in vehicles from another location as his facility is full of duplicated Issis at this point. So he's just going to return that Issi to storage that he drove out, use his mechanic to call in a Deluxo, and this one will come from Eclipse Penthouse Towers number 2. Now as he's getting ready, I'm also going to be driving out and getting ready to duplicate out of another location myself. Now I did have all them Deluxos stored in my arena to begin with, so I'm just going to use my mechanic this time to call a Deluxo from my arena. Now we're going to go a bit about this method in a way that will allow us to do it a lot quicker and faster, and we won't have to worry about pushing vehicles into our facility 7 at a time and pushing out dupes, and it takes a long time to call your mechanic back and forth. So we're just going to dupe every time we call our mechanic. So as you can see, my friend has his Deluxo here, and he's going to drive it on into his facility where he will get the full alert. And he can just go ahead and accept that full alert to get the animation for it to load him on down into the facility. Now, it's important at this time that you don't actually choose to store this Deluxo. It did come from a different location, and we want to force the dupe back to where this vehicle came from, at Eclipse Penthouse Towers. So when your friend comes down and he decides to choose a location to push the vehicle, he's just going to hit circle to back out. He'll get a cancel replace alert, and he'll accept that cancel replace alert. And he should still have a ghost vehicle tracker on the map, even though he returned that vehicle to storage, and it's not actually parked in the facility with him. And you'll see out here in front of the facility, me as the helper, I do see a Deluxo show up and spawn on the map. And again, it's not in my friend's facility, but it was the one that he called out from Eclipse Towers. When he declined the alert, it disappeared, but he could still see it on his mini-map as a ghost vehicle. Now I'm just going to do the same thing as before. Get on in that ghost vehicle and wait for my friend to duplicate. This time he doesn't see the tracker flashing on his car, but he'll quickly hit right D-pad to get in and make a change. And I also noticed that I was having a little bit of a delay, and it took about 2 to 3 extra seconds to kick me out of the car, which is a good thing when you're calling vehicles from another location. But the same result, I did end up getting kicked. And because my friend didn't get to see the vehicle inside his facility, it wasn't stored there, he had to call in his mechanic to verify that there was an Issi stored in his Eclipse penthouse towers. But I did also go through the same process. I pulled this Deluxo out of my arena, drove it on into the facility. When I got the prompt for me to choose to push a vehicle, I just simply declined. And you can see that I do have a full facility full of slam vans. So I get the cancel replace alert. On my mini map, I still have my tracker of that Deluxo, even though it is not stored here in the facility with me. And I'll just wait for my friend to get into that Deluxo so that I know that I'm ready to duplicate the ghost vehicle that's left outside on the map. And as you can see, this time for me, it did begin to blink, so I got in the car, hit right D-pad, and quickly made a change to the brakes before I exited the vehicle. And again, I do have a full facility of these slam vans already. The Deluxo that I drove in and canceled to replace with had came from my arena. I just drove this slam van out to kind of clear the map. You'll notice when you hit triangle, if you do that as well, that you do kind of get teleported out. As you can see, my friend was already pulling in another Deluxo that came from his Eclipse penthouse towers again, and he's off and ready into the next Dupe. So I'll go ahead and get prepped to do the same thing. As my friend's driving in and waiting to get the cancel replace alert, I'll just call in another vehicle of my own. Alright, and we can just keep duplicating slam vans back and forth, over and over, back and forth and back and forth, one after another, as long as we're helping each other. And those slam vans can come from any location that we would like to duplicate out of. If you have a whole account full of free elegies, you can duplicate slam vans as many times as you would like. Now I did go ahead and change sessions after we were done with our duplication glitch. Spawned inside of my arena so that I can go downstairs to show that I do have these slam van customs that were duplicated back into this location, and they were not force pushed. And again, these are high value duplications as I was duplicating over Deluxo, so when I get in this slam van and hit right D-pad, I can see that the sell price is $3.8 million. Alright, now be careful with these, don't sell too many. Obviously this is a straight carbon copy duplication glitch, so you will need your custom plates. It's important to know your limits, not to cross those lines, so that you can continue to make money for your character. Alright, as always, be safe. Have a great day, everybody. It's your man Cash is King, and I'm gone. Peace.